Hello, McLaughlin families. My name is Julia Dudley, and I'm the principal here at McLaughlin. We're going to go over some important updates for the month of January. So in this video, we're going to talk about our upcoming ATP meeting. ATP is our parent involvement group. Parents or family members are welcome to attend. Behavior expectations, some upcoming events, how to monitor your students' grades using PowerSchool, and then clubs and athletics. So our January ATP meeting will be on Tuesday, January 17th at 6 p.m. on Zoom. The Zoom link is provided on our website. Meetings are generally approximately 30 minutes. Typically the presentation is 20 or less, and then I just open up to questions. So if you want to log on, you can listen in. This month we're going to be discussing bullying at the middle school level, just some things we're seeing and what you should know as a parent. And then we'll look at some upcoming events for our one-year plan. So I invite you to join us on Zoom. Again, very short meetings. The presentation is typically 15 to 20 minutes, and then I open it up for questions. Our behavior expectations here at MAC are centered around being safe, being responsible, and being respectful. During the first week back from break, students had video lessons where they reviewed our school-wide expectations for common areas. And we have decided to have our Panther store be open every Friday during lunch. So your students can earn Panther Paws throughout their school day for showing safety, responsibility, and respect. And they have the opportunity to spend those Fridays during our Panther store. So it's an exciting update being back from break. We're having an opportunity for parents to come in for a learning lunch. Parents or family members, anyone's welcome to ask questions about MAC and learn. This month, we're actually going to look at some of our school-wide expectations and our recognition systems for students. So you can learn about that, ask questions, and give some feedback. We will have Spanish and Russian translation available. So if you would like to attend and are Spanish or Russian speaking, you absolutely can. We'll have translation. It's going to be Friday, January 20th, 11 a.m. to 1. So we'd love to see you there. We will be providing a light lunch and just an opportunity to learn about the different expectations we have here at MAC and how we recognize students. Some upcoming events for the month of January. This coming Friday, we have our MLK Assembly. On Monday, January 16th, there is no school in honor of Martin Luther King Day. We have our ATP meeting on Tuesday, January 17th at 6 p.m. on Zoom. An early release on the 18th, so next week's a busy week. We get school releases at 10:35. We have our learning lunch on Friday. And that is from 11 to 1. The presentation will probably be around 11:15, and then we'll have opportunities to answer questions. So if you can't be there right at 11, feel free to come and just drop in. The last day of the second quarter is Wednesday, January 25th. So that following week, we will send out report cards for second quarter. And if your student is in a high school credit class, that will be their semester grade will be what goes on their high school transcript for the first semester, which is a combination of both quarter 1 and quarter 2. But for most students, you'll just receive your students' quarter 2 grades. And then the first day of quarter 3 is, Thursday, not Wednesday, Thursday, January 26th, and quarter 3 is also the start of second semester. So all students, you should know, all students will likely be in a new related arts class. So that's something if your students anxious about the transition, they can look online on PowerSchool to see what their quarter 3 related arts are going to be, or maybe semester 2 related arts. So we're going to talk a little bit about how you can monitor your students' grades and attendance through the Parent Portal app. I'm just going to go over how you get to the Parent Portal app online and the kinds of features that it has, and then as well we'll talk about the cell phone app. So if you go to our district website, you'll see down at the bottom, this is just psd1.org, and down at the bottom right here you have Parent Portal. That's the fastest way to get to Parent Portal. You'll click there. It has the link up at the top to go to the Parent Portal login. It also has tutorials on how to create your Parent Portal account. This is a video, or if you're not about watching videos and you'd rather just have it step by step, it has a PDF. It also has how to add an existing student or a student to an existing account. If you have multiple children in the Pasco School District, they should all be able to be linked to one account. Makes it easier for you as a parent to go over your different children. And then if you can't log in or you're having any difficulties with that, it has this as well. All of these are translated and available in Spanish. And so we'll just click up here at the top. And it will take you to the parent portal login. It's the same page that your students will log in. And I do sometimes tell parents, if you're really struggling with parent portal, you can always ask your student to open up their laptop and open up PowerSchool, and you can review it that way. That enables you also to have a conversation with your student. They can very easily access the parent portal or PowerSchool. What they see is the student side looks very similar to parents. They just have less permissions, and that is available through My Apps on their student laptops. So you have the option of either doing that, or if you have a family computer outside the student laptop, you can have them log in and for you if you ever are struggling with your parent portal, but you really want to know what's going on with your student. If not, you can absolutely use the parent portal login. So like I said, you just log in here. If you're creating an account, you go back there, and on that last page, it showed the tutorials for how to do that. So right here. So again, if you don't have an account, you can create one. Important to have an account just so you can see what's going on with your student. It has a lot of information. So when you log in, it looks like this. This parent that I'm using only has one student, but it says their student's name right here. If you have multiple students in the district, they'll be lined up here at the top. It will show your student's schedule, your student's current schedule, the total number of absences and tardies. So you can click on these numbers if you want to know what the dates are. Maybe here, I am very curious what dates my student was tardy to first hour. So if you click there, it'll list the 2 dates that the student has been tardy. If you click the absence information, it will tell you all the different types of absences and what days they were absent. There's a lot of different things here along the side I'm going to go over. Grade history, attendance history, some other pieces. So if you click up at the top right here, it has grades and attendance, and it will show you your students' grades. We focus on the quarters at the middle school level. So the quarter is the most accurate way is to be looking at your students' grades. They think this column right here, quarter 2, that's what we're in, is their grade. This column right here, quarter 1, those are done and over with. We're focused on quarter 2. So you'll see the different grades for your student. And then if you click any of the grades, it will come up with something that looks like this. And this shows the detailed information for your students' grades. So it shows all of the different assignments, what kind of category they were in, the score. There's various flags that you can see, and all the descriptions, all the flags are down here at the bottom. If there's comments or a description for the assignment, you can click this view and a box will pop up. So you can kind of see I know for me, if this was my student, I would see that they didn't do their equation study guide, but they're doing really well on their tests. So you can see kind of where your students' grades are at in a more detailed view. So that's right there up at the top, grades and attendance. You also have the option of looking at your student's grade history. So this student that I'm using is a 7th grader, so they have last year's grades, and then this is their quarter 1 grades that were final and posted. So you can always look. If you want to know your student's quarter 2 grades before report cards get there, you can come on to Parent Portal and look right here at grade history. Once they're stored, you'll see what the final grades are for your student's quarter 2. So if you're someone who wants to know right away, you can absolutely do that here under grade history. Under attendance history, it will show for the current quarter. It's kind of an interesting graphic. It shows like this is the first week of the quarter, second week of the quarter, third week of the quarter, fourth week of the quarter, and so on. So you'll see the student, missed a couple days here, missed the day before Thanksgiving, and you can look and see the different periods that your student was marked tardy or absent. So that's how you can do and what you can see on a computer. You can also download it onto your cell phone if you have a smartphone. It is available through the Apple Store or Android, either option. And this is what the different pages look like. So when you go on, this is your dashboard. It will show you your students' GPA at the top, and then their grades and their various classes. If you scroll down, it just shows the first two, but you can scroll down and see all of them. It has another option here where if a teacher has put their assignments in advance, you can see the different assignments that are coming up for your student and what they should be working on. So those are just some ways if you're interested in having really regular communication and want to know consistently how your student's doing in class. I always try to go over our clubs. We have lots of great clubs here at McLaughlin. Dungeons and Dragons, Miss Briggs does this club. It meets after school in the library. Anime Club, Miss Rebel, GSA Club, Miss Rebel. Our chess club meets on Fridays, and it's Mr. Schmidt. Natural Helpers meet pretty regularly, and they are done by our school counselor, so you can send your student to their counselor if they're interested. We're working on getting a junior honor society up and running with Miss French. Yearbook with Miss Fuquay, and then we have a brand new club that meets on Wednesdays after school with Miss Whitlake. So if your students are interested in any of those clubs, I recommend that they reach out to the advisor to get all of the information. And then Winter 2 Sports, we have 4 sports seasons here at the middle level. Winter 2 Sports began on Tuesday. If you just some FAQs based upon questions we're receiving in the front office. If your student is in girls basketball, they need shorts, a t-shirt, and appropriate footwear for basketball. The practice schedule, A team and our 7-8 combo team are meeting from 2:30 to 4:45. And then B team is 6 a.m. Early, 6 a.m. to 7:15. Wrestling, same thing. They just need shorts, a t-shirt, appropriate footwear. If your student is involved in athletics and you need some financial support, getting them the things that they need to be ready to play, please reach out to their school counselor. We have financial assistance that we can provide. So if you need help getting new shoes or anything like that, just let us know. And then the practice schedule for wrestling is 2:30 to 4:45. Our support teams for each grade level, I just like to go over these in case you ever have a question or need support with your student. 6th grade, Jennifer Banta is our wonderful 6th grade counselor. She partners with Beth Harrington, and those are their emails. 7th grade, Sarah Overturf, and she partners with Carrie Britton. And those are their emails. And then in 8th grade, she goes by Miss Rebel. That's what the students know her as. And she partners with Mr. Traver, Drew Traver. So those are our support teams for each grade level. Thank you for listening to our monthly updates. I hope you have a great month and reach out if you have any questions. Thanks.